Hey everybody, good evening. Welcome to what is it, 219th CAF update, man. We've been doing this for far too long, but still having fun doing them. We have got you know what? We're not going to midnight tonight. We're not going to do a 5-hour show. If we're lucky, I think we're going to get this thing done in a little over 2 hours because I've got a lot more work to do for Comic Art Live this weekend. It's obviously the 10th show that we're doing. Can't believe it's already 10, but at the end of the day, they never get any easier. There's still more work to do, but we've got a lot of things ironed out. We're going to be reviewing many things related to Comic Art Live throughout this show, and I'll have Chris Nork join me later, and we'll talk a little bit about a few different things too before we do our review. But to kick things off, we're going to have a little OAX discussion because I've got Josh Cassara in the green room, and I'm not going to leave him there any longer. We'll get started. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Bill.
How you doing, man? Well, it's good to see you again. I mean, I haven't seen you in a while, and but we're going to get to see each other again in January because you're coming back to OAX.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I loved last year, and I was so happy that you guys invited me back. Like, my wife and I, honestly, we love the show so much that even outside, if we were invited as guests or not, we thought maybe we just go as fans and for fun. Probably end up spending too much money because.
Yeah, you did that last year, right?
Yeah, I could say we did that quite a bit. The auction was great, but then while I'm working, my wife's running around and coming up to me and all of a sudden dropping off stuff like, oh, here's Jose Luis Garcia, sketches and pages and all kinds of things. And so she went out and got all kinds of stuff, and it was great. Like, we literally thought about just going just for fun.
Well, I appreciate that. I think a lot of people once they've gotten to experience OAX, I hope they all feel that way. I mean, I'd like everybody to walk away with that, especially the creators that came out too. I mean, it's really great to hear that because that was always our goal. We wanted every artist that was there to feel like it's a show that they wanted to be at. Really, but you don't know if it's going to work that way. But I'm glad that you're saying that because that was the goal. Quite honestly, you always think about making sure the attendees are happy and the guests are well fed, but we want you to have a good time too. At least I think that should be the priority, and I'm glad to hear that. But I know you got. I have to ask. I mean, because I can't see it on the wall here. I mean, did you ever hang the Mannix art that you guys got?
Oh, it's framed. It's somewhere down.
I should have had you take a picture of it so we could show it off.
Yeah. No. Well, the funny thing about that. Going into it before the show, we're like looking at some of the auction pieces, and I saw that just we're looking at it on the computer or on the phone, and it was beautiful. I'm obviously a Wolverine fan, and we were interested in it, and so when we saw it in person, I didn't realize the scale that it was that big too. And it's funny because during the auction, I got the David Finch Walking Dead cover.
Right, and that's true.
When the Mannix comes up, my wife turns to me. She's like, "I'm getting that one." I'm like, "All right, I'm not gonna say no." So she's the one who got that, and we came home with lots of goodies. So it was definitely like we had such a great time, and not just because of the art we got, but just interacting with everybody. Like the night before on the Friday night when we sat down, like I don't know that many people in the industry, and so I didn't feel forced to go talk to like all the other artists. It was more like, we sat down and just met the people that were there, at the table at that night. And it was great. Then through the weekend, they came back by again and continued our conversations from the night before. And, just talk about, look around. All of our favorite artists are all around us. And you only maybe have 2 people in line, not like that was great, where, people are, you don't have to wait a million years to just get them to get a sketch or just to talk to them. Like I could walk, I walked right up to David Finch and nobody was talking to him or bothering him, and it was great. And he seemed to be having a great show too.
Right. No, I heard David had a good time. I mean, yeah, to a person, I really didn't hear anybody that had a bad time, at the show. So that was refreshing to see and hear all that. But yeah, we at the auction too. My wife, she ran around and picked up stuff too, but she didn't go after any Mannixes though. We didn't hit any. Did we hit a 4-figure piece? No. I mean, we picked up like 5 or 6 things. So she was aiming low, which was good. Yeah. But this year, we haven't even. Well, I think we have hints of a few. What's that?
My wife overheard it, so she brought this over. She overheard me talking.
All right, let's show it off. For those of you in the chat who didn't get to see this thing, in person last year at OAX. Look at that. Oh my,
All glory.
that should become a cover for Marvel
It,
somehow,
it
somewhere.
is beautiful, and it's so, I mean, so vibrant and so amazing, and I love everything about it.
Wow. I'm jealous because I'll tell you, when I saw that too, of course, I mean, like, man, that's perfect. I'm a Sentinel fan. I've got, over here, I've got, a giant Sentinel attacking Scott and Jean. So, I mean, I'm same thing. I saw that, but I just knew there was no way I was going to be able to be a player for it. But it is what it is. I'm glad you guys got it though.
Yeah, we're so happy. Like that thing is never leaving.
Awesome. Well, everybody's got to have a Mannix, so now you've got one of the biggest ones that's ever been made. So
Yeah, I
congratulations.
asked him if that was his biggest. He said that was his biggest so far. So, hopefully he doesn't go any bigger, but he can. I'm sure I would love to have a mural at home.
That's true. Well, he's pretty prolific. At the end of the day, you could probably tell him to do something twice as big as that, and he probably wouldn't find it very intimidating to tackle.
Yeah.
So let's see. Well, the thing is, I'm really glad you're coming back too. I mean, every person that I talked to that that interacted with you was really happy, and of course, the commissions that they got all came out exactly as everyone hoped. And that's we want that as part of the show. We want everybody walking away with a piece of art they're really happy with, and so this worked out really well for everybody. Now we're going to be doing a pre-con offering again. I said pre-con. I'm not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to. Kezra said it's got to be pre-show or pre-OAX. We have to stop saying pre-con so we can differentiate ourselves from the other rabble out there with the in con worlds. But so we're going to do that today as well. And we should let everybody know that there's a limit too on these, right? We didn't want to. I think you had a limit last year too, but is this right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I would love to take on more. I'm just fully my regular schedule. Like I have coming out right before the show. I'm doing the Deadpool Wolverine ongoing series, and that the first issue comes out January. So I'm doing that covers, some variant covers, and the interiors full time. I'm also doing the Fantastic Four covers right now, which I took over. There's a little artist named Alex Ross that did the first 24, and they asked me to come on and start at 25 to take over, which is just mind-boggling, insane, and incredibly intimidating. But my fears were alleviated by my editor when I saw him in New York, and he's like, I asked him like, why me? And he said, because you're not anything like him. And so that's why we didn't want to have anybody who was like a cheap copy or anything like that. You're just not even. So that made me feel so much better. And he said, just we hired you for a reason to do that and just do your thing. So now like I'm much more comfortable because like my first couple of them I was horrified and intimidated. So anyway, but like back to just I'm only able to offer the 5. I would love to do some full size commissions. There's one person that had contacted me before, 2 people throughout the year, and they said if you're going to go to OAX, and they had contacted me about some full commissions. So I had already those set up before this. But outside of that, it's just the same thing. It's a 11x17 full body with no background or like a limited background. It just kind of depends on what I'm feeling and how I'm going to and how I'm going to pose the figure. But
right.
I add it's just full black and white ink. I also add, for people who have seen it before or seen my work before, I do like kind of like a gray tone rendering. Sometimes some tight little gray tones that go in it, like mix it like some ink washes, but also even just some even line work that are gray tones to kind of give a little more depth to the work. So it's not just a black drawing.
Well, sounds good. You were mentioning though you were intimidated to follow, Alex Ross. I don't know. I mean, you still have the jitters sometimes when you're tackling a project.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when I took over doing the X-Men book, or even when I did, like that's just has such a legacy. And then they asked me to come on to do the X-Men. I've got Jim Lee, Mark Silvestri, Dave Crocker, like Frank Quitely, you name them all, like all the X-Men artists before me, Pepe Larraz, who was right before me. And it's horribly intimidating, but then you just have to reset and go, there's a reason why they wanted you to do it. So just do your thing.
Well, that's, that's nice to hear. I mean, if you were overly confident, I guess, we'd have to question that as well. But so yeah, so we have 5 pre OAX offerings, and I did turn it activated on the website, so everybody who wants to sign up over there can do that. Let me go ahead and just show some examples, because I think that the pieces you sent us were all from the pieces you did last year.
Yeah, so that I just sent the ones that I did last year because I figured that's the best equivalent to show, and that's what that's what people got. And they were, it was a good mix of characters for me to do. Like the Fin Fang Boom right there that's the first time I ever drew him, the only time I've ever drawn him. So that was a lot of fun. And again, if you're able to look closely, you can see.
Oh, sorry, I'll swing back to it.
Oh, that's fine. Even you can cycle through them, but just some of the gray tones that go along with it too. Sort of, I put a little more love into it. It's kind of, even my published pages, I do these kind of gray renderings that usually kind of get blown out in the coloring and just in the print, but I do it. I always turn in my pages thinking that someday they would be printed into a black and white book. Is not that I'm hoping that. I mean, of course I hope that would be really cool, but I just can't let them go. I always picture like if someday they would be black and white, and then the collectors really like that. It seems like they like the little bit of extra touch on that.
No, without question. And being on 11 by 17, I mean, you can't ask for more than that. I mean, a lot of artists prefer the 9 by 12, sometimes 11 by 14, but 11 by 17 full figure pieces just have a different presence. They really do. And I mean, in this day and age, that could be a cover. We had the show with Joe Linsner recently, and that's pretty much how he works. He does a full rendering of the figure, and then he does his backgrounds all digitally. So the original art at the end, they just looks like that. I mean, that is amazing. So yeah, so you did the Fin Fang Foom. I think everybody who's a fan of Cap knows who has that piece.
Yeah, and he fills out. I mean, he fills out that page pretty well. I mean,
yeah. And then Apocalypse. I mean, this one's awesome too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, he's generally when people are like, "Oh, what characters do you prefer to draw?" I like the extremes and body types. So I like, just give me like big burly characters. I think are the most fun. Or if you really want me to, put my my all in on a commission, generally those are the more fun characters. I will just go and noodle and go crazy on.
Yeah, that's a nice one, Storm.
Yeah, that's cool. And that's why, the background where these so far haven't had any back, the Apocalypse, just the leg up with a little hint of the skulls. It's not like I wouldn't consider that background, just like the hint of a minimal background. The same thing with the Storm. There's no real background, but just to show some contrast and to show the lightning, I put, half black behind her, which I think was nice, and to see her hair as well.
I think a couple more here. Very nice. Clobber in Time.
Yeah, he's one of my absolute favorites to draw always, and just all the textures he's got in there, and I just wanted a big punch in your face, thing, I guess.
And it is. And I can say we've already gotten 3 of the 5 commission requests have come in already.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you to everybody already. And I can show the last one too, because I used this in the teaser image for the show today. I mean, who doesn't love a battle damaged Wolverine? Was that the request, or did you just decide to go that route?
No, I'm pretty sure I think that was the request. I think it was the battle damaged. And sometimes when people ask me Wolverine, I'll say, do you want him cleaned up, or do you want him beat up, nice and beat up, and with or without cigar, like the 2 questions I usually ask. For people getting commissions. The same thing here, just the tiniest hint of background there. You could just see, the snow, and your mind kind of does all the work there, but just like a little bit of shadow. So I think those all represent, it's the same thing I did last year. I was really happy with the way those come out, and I'm really looking forward to the next ones I do.
Right. I see, when you do go out to shows, and I know you don't do a lot of them, but the ones that I typically see, like the sketches afterwards, are usually a little bit smaller, right? I mean, do you take on 11 by 17s a lot when you're going out?
I don't take them in show.
Okay.
I'm not the fastest artist in the world. I'll do like some of the other ones, some pre-shows. The full-size commissions, like I only did one for New York where I did this giant, I don't know if it's been posted yet, but it's like in the X-Men Halloween party at the mansion, and I'll send you a,
I don't think I've seen that.
I'll send it to you, but I don't know if they posted it on CAF or not. But it was a great one. It was a great idea where it ended up being like more than 10 characters, kind of all dressed in Halloween, kind of classic Halloween. You got Frankenstein and the Bride. I've got Colossus as Abraham Lincoln. I've got
I gotta see it.
I've got Magneto in an angel costume and Charles Xavier in a devil costume. It's really really fun. And I think San Diego Comic-Con, I did a in my series X-Force, I had created this bar called the Green Lagoon, and somebody wanted a big bar fight at the Green Lagoon, and it's like Psylocke and a bunch of characters kind of in a big bar fight there.
Oh yeah, we featured that not too. Well, I can't remember when that was, but I remember the piece. Yeah, no, that was great.
Yeah, so I only do like full size commissions, at most like 3 to 4 a year, and I like I said, I end up right now for OAX as well. That I need to kind of finalize on exactly what I'm going to do. That somebody talked to me throughout the year about getting in, and then they said, "Oh, I'm going to be at OAX." And it's like, okay, well, let's get it done.
I had somebody in the chat, marvelously sketched, said, "Are you going to be doing quick sketches at OAX at the show?"
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when I'm there, I'll take on as many as I'm able to do in show. I don't want to take too many back to the room, but if somebody doesn't mind me doing it, and having it back on Sunday, I'll offer, just 9x12s. Just, I don't know if I'm going to do like full body stuff, maybe just bust to maybe half body. I also do the series. I don't know if you remember, like the little mini amigos. They're only only 4 centimeters tall. Those, I think my conventions now, about 70% of the commissions I get in like a live in show are the little minis.
That's what they want.
Yeah, they're 125 a piece for each little character. And so some people have themes and have actually collected like a whole bunch on a page now, or some people just get it single. The whole point is to have a lot of negative space on a 9x12, or even some people get it on 11x17 so that they look even smaller. And those are a lot of fun to do. And I kind of like doing them because it teaches me to draw small, because some of my smaller figures on my pages look terrible. It's just hard to get the anatomy and the things look all right. But doing those commissions actually have helped a lot.
Wow. Yeah, no, I've seen a few of them. There's a few on CAF. I think up on your Instagram, you've posted a few. So
yeah.
So no, that's cool. That's good. And marvelously sketched is happy to know that that's the thing.
Yeah. First come, first serve. On Saturday morning, I'll take a small little list, or if I could do it live right there in front of them. Just depends on how you shuffle everybody. If somebody's like, "Well, I'll pick it up tomorrow," or not, or if somebody wants it right away, then I'll do it right away.
Right. Yeah, Steve Yarish, who we just recently interviewed, said, "Josh, you doing any small figure sketching at OAX?" And also he needs a Planet Hulk in his sketchbook. So
Bring it.
You got no problem working in a sketchbook at a show too?
No, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's not the like some paper. Sometimes like some people have like extremely rough paper, or some people have like sketch covers that are just like slick as snot, and they're like almost impossible to work on. So I try to work with what they can give me, as best I can. I've never really refused to do it. Like I'll find the best way. But sometimes I'll be like, well, if you can do a color piece here, it's like, well, the color won't work here, or just a black and white won't work on this. And I'll just work with whoever, what they want.
Yeah, no, that's that's good. That's good. Well, so everybody knows that they can get something at the show if they get to you early, because the show floor is only open for 7 hours each day. So, but that's plenty. It gives you plenty of time to go back to your room if you want to. But we don't want, it was more fun to see you hanging out and having a beer after, the show on Saturday, the auction. I remember just getting to talk to you and your wife for a little bit after everything was kind of getting calmed down.
Oh, we can't wait to do it again. We can't wait to go to the auction again and just hang out and hopefully not spend every single dollar I have in my bank account there.
Well, what you can do is you can ask her to take your portfolio around, and rather than buying art from the other artists, maybe she can work out some trades here or there. So you're not actually, don't do that.
That idea in her head. I'm sure she's watching right now. She was watching earlier, so.
All right. Well, yeah, she might ask you to start doing some sketching in advance. Have a small portfolio of pre-done pieces. All right. I'm stopping right there, Josh.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, well, I'll keep you. Oh, so the one thing I should let everybody know too, and I didn't note it on the commission form, is that I'll be doing the invoicing for Josh's commissions as well. So everybody will be hearing from me afterwards. Josh he's CC'd on all the emails. So if there was a character that potentially he didn't want, we'd let you know. But I would assume that we're probably not going to run into anything like that with everyone in the chat, as long as you keep it all PG and everything. So yeah, that should work just fine. But yeah, Josh. So again, I'm excited, man. I mean, it's going to be, well, Kazra just noted there's only one left now. So yeah, we might be done before the end of the show tonight. I'll have to keep an eye on things and turn it off before we get to 6. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good time. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you coming back, and I know that I'm sure you've probably talked to a few other professionals about it. The buzz is out there that OAX is definitely a good show to be at, and we've got a lot of new things planned in year 2, but more of the same from year 1 as well, just because a lot of things did work out really well, and we want to stay consistent. But yeah, we have the whole space now. I don't know if you knew that, but we expanded kind of the exhibition space that we have. The auction will be slightly in a different place. The entrance, we're actually using the real entrance to the hall now versus the one that was right by the elevators. So you actually are going to have to go outside to go in. But it's all for the better because we've got so much more space to work with now.
No, we're super, super excited. Like I said, we've been considering just coming to the show, whether I was going to be a guest or even go there to sell or not, just to come, because we had such a great time, and we really look forward to it. And I think we talked about it. So I think I haven't decided yet. I've got I'm doing my Deadpool Wolverine book, but I'm also doing the Fantastic Four. Put anything up for sale yet? And I was thinking I haven't decided which one, either my Deadpool or Fantastic Four. I've got my Fantastic Four covers that I probably put up exclusively at OAX, I think, for the first time for sale. So not my first.
We'd like to hear that.
Not my first cover, not my first Fantastic Four cover, not my first Deadpool Wolverine cover. Anything after, I'm probably going to put for sale. I'm not sure if I'm going to do either or of the series or both series. I'll put up for sale at that point, and any interiors that I'm able to from Deadpool Wolverine, because I don't know if I'll have 1 or 2 books published by then on that one, but I would love to just do it at OAX for the first time.
Well, that's great. And obviously, when you decide what you are going to be bringing, that's first time art drop. Oh wait, here, let's full screen this. Oh wow, that's great. Oh man, look at that. That's awesome.
One of the covers, it's got my thumbnails on the back too. I usually try to include that if I have it for people. There's like another one. This one, World War I homage, and Fantastic Four and World War I there. And the Black Knight is somehow stuck in the back. I'm not sure what's going on in that story. Yeah. This one's like number 26 covers. Actually, this is actually all just blood. When you see the final cover printed, it's just all red blood. It's amazing. What else I have here? There's a little.
Oh, that one was very nice. Anything with Doom on it. Shoot. Well, the moment you decide, obviously we want to do all we can to promote it, because that's the mantra that we give to everybody, whether it's an artist or a dealer or an art rep or whatever. It's like we want to have exclusive art drops happening here. It's just part of what the show is all about. I mean, it encourages collectors to come, but it just it gives them a reason to go to your table too. So the more we all work together to get those announcements out there, the better. So anything you bring like that's going to be perfect.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'm going to bring as much original art as I can. I'll probably have like 6 portfolios. I don't know, maybe even 1 more. I'll bring as much as I can. So a whole mix of everything in my back catalog that I've retained.
All right, perfect. Well, it sounds like there's a couple people already jockeying. They're going to want to know where your table is, because they're going to go straight to it. But all right, man. Well, listen, this is I'm really glad to have you back, and it's going to be a lot of fun in January. And do you get in on Friday, or have you worked? Do you know when you're coming in?
Yeah, I'm out on the West Coast. So I'll fly out. Same thing like last time. I fly out really early on Friday. We got there, I think, like at 3 or 4 o'clock last year, just in time to kind of check in, and then we just ran back out to have a beer and enjoy the night with you guys. So yeah, I said wait, we couldn't miss the Friday night. We really liked that part. It was a great way to kind of kick the weekend off.
Right. Right. Good. Good. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to hanging out with you again. And if as soon as you know what those exclusives are, shoot me an email.
I will. Thank you so much once again. Thank you for the invite. I really look forward to seeing everybody again, and a lot more artists. I know Humberto Ramos is going to come, and I'm a huge fan of his. I can't wait, to hang out with him. If he thinks I'm cool enough. But I can't. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys all in January.
Fantastic, Josh. All right. Well, thanks again, man. Enjoy your night.
Cheers.
See you. Oh man, Josh, it's gonna be a joy to have him back at the show. He was so much fun last year, and I know, and the thing that sucked for me, I didn't even get to go through any. Well, I didn't go through hardly any portfolios, but I meant to go check out the art that he brought to OAX, and it just slipped by me. So that's not gonna happen this year. I might not be first in line, like I saw #1 Marvel fan and Snork saying that they're going to be staked out with a tent out in front of his table. But I will make sure that I get to see the art that he brings because I love Josh's work. So hey, all is good. I think we're at 4, so I think we only have one more commission to go, and then we'll be all sold out on that. So Kazra just said we're sold out. So guess what? I'm just going to go right. I have the page open in my admin for OAX. I'm going to set it to commission sold out, and that will close things out for us. The save button would work for me. I'll have to talk with Maureen about. There we go. Got that. And it's officially sold out now. Perfect. Okay. So thank you to everybody who picked up a commission tonight. You'll be hearing from me. I'll shoot everybody an email. I'll be honest, I'll try to do it tomorrow, but with the way my schedule is going, it might not happen until Monday because with Comic Art Live this weekend, I've been a bit of my wit's ends. And I'll tell you, my AC went out last Monday or Sunday, and I've just been a lazy SOB, and I have not had them come out here. So it's been sort of miserable around here. So I've got every window open and a fan in each one of them because it's still in the 80s down here in freaking Florida. And I shouldn't, if I was smart, I'd move into the house, but I haven't yet. So it's contributing to I know, AC in November every day. It's been pretty. Yeah, look at me, man. I'm a mess. I'm actually, I'm not doing too well. But I'll tell you what made me feel better today. I ran out and got some Subway for Emma and I before I dropped off at her grandma's, and I picked up some Coca-Cola. This is my second one tonight, and now I remember why I enjoy drinking it so much, because as much as I like Zevia, Coca-Cola really it's got some magical effects to it, because I've not been feeling myself for the last couple days, and I feel great right now. So, yep, relapse. Okay, it's not gonna last though. I did buy 4. They were buy one get one free, so I got 4 while I was at the gas station. It'll carry me through tomorrow at least. But yeah, that is where things are at right now. But let's talk about Comic Art Live, because that's the thing that's on everybody's mind. And I've got a lot of things that I want to review with everybody, because I'm getting a lot of, I've gotten more emails in the last 2 days, I think, than I've gotten ever before in a 2-day period. And lots of reasons for that. But, a lot of the similar questions are kind of coming up from attendees and from exhibitors. And I just figured I can run through a few things, reminders tonight, so that everybody's prepared for the weekend. The 10th Comic Art Live is, gosh, it's about a day and a half away as far as launching for you premium members. But one of the things that I've been asked, I think at least a half a dozen times via email, is people wanting to make sure that we are in fact going to be doing the keyword, the want list emails in the morning. And yes, we are. Since we've done them the last 3 or 4 times, I feel like I don't need to mention it or talk about it. But when I'm not talking about it, everybody decided that maybe we've cut those out. We haven't cut them out. We are definitely going to be doing the keyword alerts, as we always do, that come from your want list. So I wanted to just kind of remind everybody, where you need to edit that, and what to expect a half hour before the hall opens on Saturday to premium members, and then also a half hour before the art drop happens on Sunday at 11 a.m. for all users of the website. So here, let me go share a screen and get something in here. I don't want you to be on that screen because I'm actually inside the hall at the moment. Let me get over to my, well, what the heck, we'll just share it anyway. All right, so, well, this is actually interesting trivia, at least to get us started. Where are we at right now? We are at 3,820 artworks from 270 exhibitors are currently set up for the show, which is actually, I mean, while that's not the 6,000 number, the thing is, last year at this time, I think we were sitting right at 3,000 artworks for sale, and we ended up with over 6 by the time the show opened. And I can pretty much guarantee that I know 3,000 artworks are going to be added between right now and when the show opens on Saturday morning, and that by itself will probably put us close to a record. I think we've kind of teetered around the 7,000 number as far as like an overall amount of art that's been dropped before, but I think even last year we were around 6,800, somewhere around in that figure. So I think we're going to start Saturday right around that figure, and you know that everybody can still post to their booths up until Sunday at 10 a.m. More than likely, I would think we're going to probably finish around the 7,500 thereabout as far as the number of artworks for sale. And the 270 exhibitors, I checked last year, we added 60 exhibitors last year on Friday and Saturday. So we'll easily be around 340 exhibitors, I think, by the time all is said and done. Now, as far as, let's see, underneath your account menu, there is a link for your want list, your comic art want list. I know we've kind of gone over this a few different times, but there's 2 different keyword sets. The want list, of course, is always the most important one, I think, for everybody on CAF. I mean, you know, the other ones, the daily alerts are good with the keywords, but this is the one that alerts you for sale every single day as a premium member, even a non-premium member. Premium members get 10 or get 20 keyword sets, and non-premium members get 10. Premium members get want list alerts every single day within 5 minutes of art getting posted for sale that match the keywords that they have. So if you're a premium member and you didn't know that, get in there and start adding some keywords, because I can tell you with absolute certainty that you know, it's like the best kept secret on CAF, and no other collector is going to tell you to do this because it gives them an edge on it. Hey, more power to them. I think that's all fine. But this is really an important factor in the way Comic Art Live works, because the keywords that you can enter here, for premium members, we send out an email a half an hour before the drop. So by 10:30 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday, we're going to give all premium members a preview of what is being dropped that matches their keyword sets. Now, you know, we made a mistake the first time we did it, where we tried to email all of that at one time to each person. That was a mistake. That'll never happen again. But the way we do it now is at 10:30, if you have a match to any of your keywords, you will get an email from me, and with a link that will take you back to CAF. And the link isn't in there now. No, it'll be underneath the Comic Art Live menu. It's kind of like, I forget how it's worded. It's something about your want list alert. But the link in the email will take you right back to it. And what that will show you is it'll give you it'll give you a link for each keyword that you have. You know, I've got Joe, Kamolo. I mean, I wish I was actually an engaged user of CAF for buying art, because these are not normal keywords that I think I would have. They're things for me just to see that the thing is working, like having the word cover in there. I'm not normally a cover buyer, but there you go. It's cover, Frank Miller, not on the top of my list. Friends, Hulk. I'm just looking for stuff that's going to make sure I get emails. But what'll happen is, for me, if I have matches and I go back to the website on Saturday morning, it will default to whatever the first keyword is. It's going to show me all the results for Joe. And then there'll be links on there so I can easily click to Kamolo, cover, Frank Miller, and I'll be able to see everything that's matching all of those keywords. And, you know, it's kind of blessing and curse, because it's the one thing everybody goes, you know, my shopping is over in the first 15 minutes, because they can take a look at what matches their 20 keywords, and in their minds, they can feel like they're done. But, you know, that's but at the end of the day, it is a great thing, because you see the links, you can refer back to them at any time, because it's basically saving your searches for you, at least from these want list keywords. And you can reference back to them anytime. No hashtags. I'm sorry, I haven't been watching the chat because I've been looking at my the web page. At any rate, so where was I? Back to the keywords. It's the thing. Sorry, I'm a little scattered tonight. The preview that you have, none of the links will work until 11 o'clock. That's the one thing you have to remember is you're going to see the art. You're going to see the title of the art. You're not going to see who's the seller of the art. You might be able to figure some of that out, I guess. But end of the day is the links to the art from the preview page won't work until the hall really opens at 11. And so you always just have to bear that in mind. This is just a preview to give you a head start. Like we were just talking with Josh, and he's saying what he's going to be bringing. So you want to go to his table. Well, here you go. You're going to get a preview of what's for sale, and you're going to be able to dive in there and and get things going really early. Don't make sure to, Marcus says, make sure to sign up that morning. Yeah, that's always kind of crazy because so many people do wait until right at 11 a.m. to either renew or become premium at the last second. It happens. I think, in May, we probably had 10 new or people who had let their premium memberships lapse pay for their premium membership within the first 5 minutes of the premium art drop at 11. And it's surprising how many people don't, but they let their premium membership lapse and then they don't even realize it, even though they get the reminder emails, even though if they were logged into CAF, they'd notice that they don't have the star next to their avatar. But hey, there you go. If you're at all concerned whether or not you're premium, double check up there because there's your star. And if it's not there, you definitely then need to renew your premium membership ahead of the opening of the hall. But yes, it is. It is worth its weight in gold, Stingray. Thank you for reminding everybody of that. There's no servers in here that handle anything of importance right now. So there you go. But please, and the thing is, even if you're using the want list for the first time for Comic Art Live, you're not going to regret it because once those keywords are set up for you, you'll be getting emailed then every single day when there's a match to your keyword alert, whether it's Anthony posting something or Albert, any of the dealers that we work with or that are in our kind of crawling network. You're going to get updated within 5 minutes of any new artwork that matches keywords for you. And there's definitely going to be some expansions and changes to want list in the next 6 to 12 months that I think are going to make people pretty excited. So it's an area to just get familiar with how it works, how it's integrated into Comic Art Live, and you'll be a happy camper. So anyway, so there's that. What else did I want to go over with regards to Comic Art Live? I mean, that's kind of the big one because I literally was emailed 6 times today with people asking about whether or not they were going to get their email to start their day. So that's the big one. I can tell you that the panels. I don't want to get into the panels yet. I had a whole list of things here. Remind everybody on booth setup. There was a lot of new sellers this time around, and a lot of people, even though it's really kind of outlined everywhere, how to get in and manage your booth and all that. I had some new people, actually literally new users come and sign up, and they started creating CAF galleries, and they were premium. They started gallery rooms, so start posting art there, and then email me if they were doing the right thing to have a booth. Well, no, that is not the right way to do it. Right here is the link to manage your gallery or to become an exhibitor. So for those of you who are thinking, I might be buying some artwork tonight, or maybe in Heritage is watching next week, I don't know. Bottom line is maybe you need to put some art out there and see if, get some feelers out there to see if you can have some interest in some pieces. Well, if you want to have a booth, you start right here. And there is a link underneath Comic Art Live for Manage Your Booth too. Either way, if you're a first-time person clicking the link, you're actually going to get a page that has terms and conditions and best practices, things we expect you to adhere to be a good seller. But that page will be in between there. And it also, when you agree to that you also at that moment actually kind of set yourself to be in a hall. There's a collector seller hall, there's a dealer hall, there is a comic artist hall, and then we now have, which is new for the 10th show, is an indie artist hall as well. So you kind of want to make sure you're in the right setup. And it can always be changed later, but bottom line is that's how it's done. And like everybody knows, I'm going to be doing a big art drop with Brian Hitch's artwork this weekend. But this is where you do it. It's rather straightforward. But if anybody, I'll tell you the other thing that's confusing for people, and it shouldn't be, but I mean I get it, is that we have 2 art drops for every booth. They have 24 pieces of art on Saturday and 24 new pieces of art on Sunday, or up to that. You can do 12 and 12. I really don't care. You do all 24 on Saturday and do nothing on Sunday. End of the day is whatever you add on Saturday is still there when the art drop happens on Sunday. A lot of people think they have to add the same art in both days so they have their art for sale both days. No, anything that you drop on Saturday is still in your booth on Sunday. It's like you put it up on the wall, and then on Sunday you put the other 24 up. So now you have 48. That's how it works. It doesn't replace them. It just adds it to it. And you can see, it defaults to the Saturday art drop. If you want to add art to the Sunday art drop, you just click that. You can see how it's changing, what day and the drops are on there. When you're adding artwork and you've got like 6 pieces to add in a row and you want to add them all to Sunday, when you're adding artwork to the booth, there's 2 buttons at the bottom. One is add the artwork and return to the booth, or add the artwork and add another artwork to Sunday. So if you've got you got all your scans and the text all lined up for the art that you want to add, it's always best to just keep hitting this. It's streamlined. You just come right back to this page after you add that artwork, and you're adding the second piece and the third and so on. So we wanted to try to optimize your time. That kind of stuff isn't in there for normal gallery work, but when you're managing the booth, we wanted, because it's all you adding fresh stuff, we wanted to keep it as quickly, make it as simple as possible. Am I previewing the Hitch art tonight? No, I didn't want to. I am going to be previewing some artwork tonight, though. I think I've gotten some teaser images from Mark Hay for Paulo's panel on Sunday, and it's freaking killing me. So I know it's going to kill several of you X-Men related fans, some of the stuff that Paulo's going to be offering, because I got a second email from him about an hour before the show, and I'm like, son of a gun, man, stop it. But yes, we're going to look at that. But the red coat, I would just encourage everybody to go to my booth if you're interested in Brian Hitch's red coat artwork, because it's fantastic stuff, and I think everybody's going to be thrilled to at least even just see it. And the scans are really big, so I think Brian's just done a lot of great work on it. And I haven't worked it out yet. I want to add like another 15 pieces to the art drops for me from just various stages in Brian's career, because I got obviously I have a bunch more artwork here. So probably some FF artwork, some Avengers, and I know some Ultimates 2 artwork I'll probably have in there as well. All right, so what else we got? John Amore. I think we might see John tomorrow night on the Mystery Sketch kickoff event for the Comic Art Live. That's going to be at 9 p.m. tomorrow night. And speaking of Mystery Sketch, we might as well talk a little bit about that too, even though I've got more Comic Art Live things. But since John reminded me of it, we're going to run the Mystery Sketch sales all the way through Saturday at 9 p.m. Pretty much at the moment the next Comic Art panel at 9 p.m. starts, that's the cutoff. We're going to close all sales on Mystery Sketch at that point. Now, tomorrow night we have the kickoff event. Probably between 10 and 20 artists will kind of come in and out working on their mystery sketches during that. It's a laid back, fun time. If you haven't watched it, even if you haven't bought a mystery sketch, it's a very fun show. I would encourage everybody, if you're not doing anything Friday at 9 to 11 Eastern, please come and hang out. It's a very good time. But I would note that we have a giveaway like we did in May. We've got 3 artworks that we're giving away. One from Bob Layton, Dan Brereton, and Ben Templesmith. And you have to have your mystery sketch purchased by 9 p.m. tomorrow night in order to be, to qualify to be in the drawing for those 3 pieces. And there can only be one winner for each piece. Well, not one winner for each piece. One winner. We're not going to let say I go in there tomorrow and I buy 4 mystery sketches because I still have to buy mine, and I already bought one. We always buy 5. I cannot win all 3. I can only win 1. So if my name gets pulled, we won't let me win a second one. Bill doesn't. So at any rate, so please, if you want to be in the running for getting a free sketch from one of those 3 artists, and I should have had the art ready, I could have showed it to you, but I think it was a Demon by Brereton. There were some bats by Ben Templesmith, and a very nice Iron Man by Bob Layton, all on 9x12. So those will be the giveaways, and I'll do the drawings. Probably it's just throughout the 2-hour show, and but I will be capping the randomizing list for doing the drawing at 9 o'clock. I'm not going to be paying attention to the sales that might come in while the show's going on. All right. Yes. Well, glad to hear that, Graphic Samurai. And yeah, I'd definitely like to hear that. So let me get out of my booth admin here. We can go back and look at a couple other things. My manage gallery. Let's see. I activated a few links for everybody that you can actually look at today, because underneath the Comic Art Live menu here, you'll land on just the generic page. But these links are all here for anybody, so you can actually do a preview of the exhibitors that are going to be here now. It pretty much lists, and it gives you a running count of all the art, how much artwork is going to be there. This is accessible to all of you right this minute, but you can't see any art, of course, but it gives you a teaser for who's going to be there. Like if I just clicked on the indie artist hall, and I can see any of the artists that are going to be there. And similarly, comic artists. We've got a lot of comic artists in here again. Some we've seen before. John Beatty, I don't recall John doing it before. Kamalo, of course, has been an exhibitor, I think, since we started. The Frame Brothers have. Richard Friend, he's going to be exhibiting. He hasn't posted anything yet. We do show the stats for how many things they're bringing. So that's kind of a good kind of thing to check here. Mike Hawthorne, that's a good. I'm glad I scrolled to this. I've been emailing with Mike a little bit, and Mike has gone full in. He has signed up for a Stripe account, and you can see he's already added 48 artworks to his site, his booth. So during the show, he'll have the automated checkout, like the Fish will have, like Bossberg will have. I don't know if Jeff Fisherwood is doing it this time around, but I know he had Stripe too. So cool thing is that, and my booth as well will have the Stripe checkout. But Mike, first time exhibitor, and he's selling some published work. He chose to, a lot like the Fish have done, he's actually put his commissions in as items to purchase. So you can see his commission example and just straight up buy the commission, pay for it at that point. So all of that is in there, and I was thrilled to have Mike reach out to me late last week saying that somebody had recommended he try it, and it's great. Mike's been on the show before. He's a good friend of the site, and looking forward to having him hang out and give the checkout a try. I don't know what Marcus is saying about me not answering emails. At any rate, so yeah, lots of artists. We've slowly grown the artist count who use the site. Oh, Marco Rudy, I'm glad to see. That's a good thing I'm scrolling through this. We didn't get to talk about it, but Marco Rudy is also accepting pre-OAX commissions as well, and he is hooked into the OAX website. So if you check out the pre-OAX, the pre-show section, Marco's in there, and I think Marco's work is fantastic. Everything is acrylic painted. He's got 7 or 8 different options as far, from 9x12 plus to fully, something fully detailed. But he's done great work. If you've seen the Stingray he did for Stingray, he's a very talented guy. So yeah, Marco's in there, and he's set up, and I'm looking forward. I got to meet him at Heroes, right? I think it's when I met him. We had emailed numerous times before that because he's been on CAF for a few years, but really talented guy, and happy to have him at OAX 2025. Let me see if I'm missing anybody else. Like Jeff Slemons, everybody knows his work. I'm going to be checking out his booth, and I forgot about that. Yeah, you can pre-save. Why did I forget about that? That's the other thing you can do, is set up saves here if you want to. It makes it easier. There'll be a save. Your saved sellers link will be up there underneath the CAF Live menu. And Mr. Wayshak, I've already gone in and seen the 3 pieces he has uploaded so far. They're very nice. I think they're on covers too. So here, I'll even put my save on it. There. Easy for me to find John's stuff tomorrow. What else did I turn on here earlier today? I turned on, just so everybody can see which artists are taking commissions. Okay. Again, you can't sign up right now, but if you want to get on a list or know which lists are going to be open, maybe, you know, and you're not premium, hey, guess what? You probably should go premium because some of these opportunities for commissions could sell out. But we break down the list based on, you know, repped artists who are accepting commissions. So obviously Simon from Got Superpowers has the All Reds in there. Mark has been setting up a few of his guys with commission opportunities. Who else was in there? I think that was all. Yeah, and then the artists who are accepting commissions. These include the indie artists too. I guess we should have figured, you know, or I'll talk with Maureen about that. I guess the comic artists and the indie artists are getting mixed together because they're all artists. Maybe I should break that up on this page. And this is more or less a preview. It's not the actual sign-up pages, but I'll just make a note that that's how it works right now, and we'll see about changing it. But you can see I'm not even halfway through the scroll here. We have a lot of artists who are accepting commissions, so plenty of opportunities. And you know, I hope everybody checks them all out, at least to see what the prices are and what the opportunities are, and support them, because I think that, you know, that's something that's I've really grown to appreciate, you know, about the show, knowing that, you know, we're putting a lot of money directly into artists' hands. Mystery sketches are good in that way too, but commissioning the artist directly through CAF, Comic Art Live, is also, you know, beneficial, and the more you can do that, the better. So please patronize the creators who are patronizing us. Any other links that I activated off this page? I don't think so. It's all pretty straightforward, other than the panels link. But let me see here. I think I got everything else in here. Yeah, I think so. So I can go in and show the panels, because just before the show, I finally got everything lined up and set up for that. And actually, I don't like the way this panel's showing here. This is just a big list. Let me do it the other way because it's a little bit cleaner. We'll scroll past our preview. So panels for the weekend. I don't have Friday on here, of course, but you know, Friday at 9 p.m. everything gets started with the kickoff event, and that'll run about. We usually go till about 11, and then hard shut that thing down at that point. Then to kick things off on Saturday at 1:30. You know, remember that. Let's just remind ourselves the most important things about Saturday. 10 a.m. for exhibitors. The booth is locked down for adding artwork to Saturday. That's the most important thing for exhibitors. 11 a.m. is the most important thing for buyers, because at 11, if you're premium, you get access to the hall. 2 hours unfettered access, where the common folk who are not premium but love art just like you do, but don't want to support CAF in that way and get that early access, they don't get in until 1 o'clock. Then at 1:30, I'll do just my usual welcome to the show kickoff, last about 15 minutes. I'll probably have some just comments about how things have been going, and you know, I always like to kind of keep track of the numbers, because a lot of sales typically happen in the first 2 hours. Of course, when the premium members get in there and have a game plan because they had their want list alert and everything, a lot of, I wouldn't say, you know, usually like 15 to 20% of the sales happen in the first 2 hours, straight up. So there's usually a lot to talk about within the, you know, at this point, after the hall's been open for 3.5 hours. I've got Ed McGinnis coming on at 2 o'clock, and it was funny. I've never talked to Ed, and he emailed me today and asked if he could do it on the phone. So I emailed him back that we can't. You know, we these are live streams, and we have to do them as a live stream. So I can't swear that I guess he has an iPad that his camera doesn't work really well on. And I told him, well, worst case scenario, your mic's going to work just fine. And what we can do is we can basically just show a picture of him and use his mic to do the interview. And that should be fine. But the real reason he was coming on is because we've got pieces for sale for the Hero Initiative, and they're coasters. And I've got them right here. I hadn't opened them yet. You know, I actually got. I can hide the screen here for a minute. I actually got something I can preview for you from Ed. It's probably better that I do this, because then when I get to Paulo, we'll look at these freaking amazing things that Paulo is going to be offering on Sunday. And Drool. All right, here we go. So yeah, so he's got 5 hero coasters that he did just for this show this weekend. So what do we got? We got a Batman, we got a Hulk, Spidey, We got Venom, and we wouldn't be set without Wolverine. So we'll be auctioning those off as part of Ed's panel. So I appreciate Ed doing that. We've been talking about doing an art sale with him for a while. Maybe I'll try to corner him before the panel gets started and see if he's going to be up for that or not. But after that, we've got the Indie Comics Creator Spotlight. Kazra's going to be hosting that one. Matt Sardo is going to be on there with them. A few other guests. They're going to be talking about, in general, the acquisition and about the show. And then the focus will be on the show, and there'll be some artists that are exhibiting there as well. And we'll probably have some of the artists that are set up in the Indie Hall as part of that panel as well. So I'm kind of looking forward to that one. I haven't met Matt yet myself, so that'll probably be the first time I get to see him in action, chatting with Kazra. Then at 4 o'clock on Saturday, I'll have Bob Chapman on. I'm not expecting Brian Bolland to be there, but we had the big Killing Joke book that I opened up the other day, and Bob is very proud of that. And Bob's he's the owner of Graffiti Designs. His history in our hobby is, or in comics in general, is well known and very well established. And I got to meet Bob at OAX last year, and when he sent us the copy, I said, "Why don't we do a panel?" So he's up for that. We're going to have a few other special guests pop in as well, just to talk about that project. I'll try to see if I can dig up some incriminating Dead Dog party photos from San Diego, because Bob was always the host of that, and for years. So, and hopefully Bob will be back at OAX this year too. So I'm looking forward to having him on doing that. Tatiana's going to be hosting a panel for Magic the Gathering from Mana to Marvel. And I know she's going to have some artist guests and a few other surprise guests for that one as well. So looking forward to that. And the time on there on the slide is wrong. I should say 5. It says 4. I'll fix that. And Scott Koblish, I was chatting with him the other day, and he offered to do a panel. So this won't be a sale. It'll just be he and I hanging out and BSing a bit. So that'll be fun. A good way for me to kind of wind down after the busy day and in preparation for the next comic art, hang out an art sale later that evening at 9 o'clock. Then Sunday we start off with the Anthony Snyder hanging out at the warehouse panel like we always do. Well, I'm sure there will be singing and dancing and artwork that has Sharon all over it. But it's the one thing that we can count on. He's been more consistent than Paulo. Even Paulo's done 9. This will be his 9th one. Anthony's done all 10. And a thing or two about character collecting, Chris. So Paulo here. So Paulo, everybody knows that Paulo always does some art auctioning when he has his panel, and you never know what he's going to do. Usually he's been doing these small 5x7s, and this time around he's going to have the 5x7s. I think he's going to have 5 of these. But let me share this extra screen. They should allow me to pre-share more than one screen at a time. StreamYard is limited in that way. So we have Batman. Okay, Batman's okay. It's DC. But then we get this really nicely done Colossus, and I think this is on 5x7 as well. I'd have to double check. I think that it's almost done. Like this is the one of the pieces he just sent me, and I was like, "Son of a gun, man!" Paula's amazing. So we got a very nice Colossus here, and then this was like just a preview of some of the other ones that he's going to be painting. I don't know if there's going to be a 5th one of the standard ones that he does, but hey, we get a Kitty and a Lockheed, and we get and a Green Lantern. What more can you ask for? And Bishop. Then the last two, I got to be a player at least on this next one. I mean, look at this. Freaking Sentinel head. I mean, that would go so well with the different Sentinels I've got around here. And I think I might have Maureen bidding for me because I'll be on the darn panel with them. I can't do it. But there's that one. And then this page. Now, I probably don't have Mark's email floating around, so I can't tell you exactly what this is from. But I think he wrote saying it was from a 3-page story. And what is it? From Amazing Spider-Man 60. Okay, it is written up there. The story was by Zeb Wells. This was just done. I mean, it's dated September 14th, 2024. So I don't even know if it's out there yet. But this page is going to be available okay, it just came out, so stay right. Number one Marvel fan wants to claim it. I know, shoot. I was a little shocked. I'm like, I can't believe it. We haven't really offered anything like that on Paulo's panels before, but Paulo's feeling frisky or something because we're going to be doing it. So, and I think there might be another piece or two in there as well from Paulo. So yeah, the bras on the chandelier were a very nice touch, Marcus. I knew you'd spot that. So yeah, that's going to be something. But thanks to Paulo, as always, for putting in the extra effort to make Comic Art Life, an enjoyable experience for everybody. I think he has a really good time with it too. His 1 hour getting to hang out is clearly he's had a good time over the course of 4.5 years doing these. And let me get back to this thing one last time to finish off the panels. We've got Matt DiTullio will be on, and I don't know if the Simones are going to join him. 1, 2, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But they're going to be announcing their OAX commission opportunities. I mean, I'd be shocked if one of the Simones weren't joining us as well. I'll be hosting that panel too. So I'll have, I basically got the first 3 panels on Sunday, but I'll be well rested and ready for it. Then at 3 o'clock, Kazra and Tatiana will be taking over a panel entitled announcing IAX at OAX. And basically that's the, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but it's adding a focus to the OAX that is on the illustration side of things. So the Illustration Art Expo will be officially brought to bear for everybody to, we'll talk about it. We've hinted at it. We had, there's a lot there. And that it's an area that means a great deal to me. And Tatiana is very well vested in that area. She reps a lot of artists who work on Magic the Gathering and trading card art. And there were lots of reasons we brought Tatiana on as our event director because she's fantastic all around. And so her and Kazra will be handling that panel. Kazra is going to handle the art of character collecting. And yeah, there's a lot of character collectors out there. I think we met Matt Fuller before, and I think we had him on a couple months back, but he'll be joining them, and I'm forgetting the name of the other gentleman. Kazra, you can mention in the chat because I'm having a brain fart here, but that's 4 o'clock. Then 5 o'clock, really to kind of just end the Sunday fun. I've got Jimmy and Amanda coming back on. I mean, they look like this all the time, so they're just going to be a blast to just be able to hang out with again. Amanda's going to announce her OAX commission opportunities too, but I just like hanging out with Jimmy and Amanda. They're no two greater people in the hobby, and boy, I mean, they're gonna help me chill and just relax for the rest of the day. And then obviously I always use this image, my CAF recap, the thing that I like to do at the end of every show, where we basically just give you as many facts and figures about how the show went, and get to have your opportunity to say what went well, what didn't. I came across my list from last May, and we didn't get everything done that I had written down, but we did get quite a few things done. And some of the things, like I think the most important thing, well, there were 2 important things that are definitely a part of this one, is that for you who have a booth, you can now mark your artwork as being on hold. We never had that status. It was either for sale or sold. There was never an on hold. So on hold is an option now, and when on hold is set, it will show it as being on hold, but you can still get purchase requests for it. We just wanted to be able to, but it has a status, so that way the buyers know that there's already an established agreement, in place to get it, but it's still out there. And the site search will actually have the option to see which pieces are on hold as well. So I think that'll give everybody a little bit more information about what's available, what's not available, what may or may not potentially become available later on. And yeah, Alberto, how'd you know that was the second thing I was going to talk about? I don't think nobody's watching, right, that likes to put zeros on their, no, nobody is. All right, so anytime that an artwork has a price of $0 on it, it will not appear in the for sale search. So previously they would, now they will no longer appear. In fact, I think Maureen might have coded it so they can't even appear in site search, which may or may not be really what you wanted. But at the end of the day, if somebody has a $0 search and has forgotten to, and they've left them as for sale, or they added them that way, they won't appear because, hey, they're $0. They're really not for sale. So we just decided to impose our own logic on what $0 actually means. Fausto, thank you, is the other guest on the panel with Castro. Thank you. So that's really how that's done. No, Marcus, it's more about the auction houses that post stuff in there and really shouldn't, and put $0 stuff on there. I know that always frustrates people. But at the end of the day, anything that's a $0 item will not show up in the search. If you go to their booth, you can see the art. That's the way it should be, right? If you go to their booth, you want to see what they have. But if something's zero, you're never going to run into it. There is no please inquire, Marcus. Every item has to have a price, even if it's zero. But you can't type make offer, please inquire, $100 OBO. As soon as they try to put a letter in there, it won't save. It only saves numeric values. So there you have it. So that's it. And hey, I got Chris Norick hanging out here in the green room because I told him to come in when we were talking panel stuff. So let me bring Chris in here because you're a veteran of Comic Art Live, so
many of those under my belt.
Have you bought a few things Comic Art Live?
Oh yeah. Let's see. A Bruce Timm, a Jason Pearson, a Mike Zack. I tried to buy a Silvestri, didn't work out. I've sold some things. I love Comic Art Live. That's like the most fun way to start Saturday, is when you like get up and you're like just hawking over your phone, like waiting for it to open up.
Yeah, no, I mean, same here. I get excited. And the thing is, we did make a lot of behind the scenes programming changes this time around. So I'm actually a little nervous about the 11 o'clock, art drop, but I don't know. Maureen's absolutely confident, but the only bad thing is Maureen's up in Ohio right now. So it's not, like when something goes wrong, when everything drops, I can usually step in the other room and just grab her and start shaking her and tell her to get her working. Now I've got to like pick up the phone and call her.
Oh, no.
So
she probably prefers it this way.
Yeah, she probably does. This might become a thing now. She's always mysteriously has to go back to Ohio during Comic Con.
Probably trying not to get CTE from all the shaking.
I know. Well, trust me, believe me, I don't. I'm the one who starts shaking, but I don't touch her because it's like if I hurt her, it just makes her mad. So she knows. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that. Maureen's on a mission to rescue Masafera. She's actually going to try to go out to dinner with Berkey, I think, believe it or not, because she's someplace nearby where he lives.
To Subway?
I don't know. Let's see. I'm sorry. I'm trying to read through here. Matt says, should we not put the $ in the price and just enter the number? Yeah, only the number. That's all you should put in there. But anyway, so yeah, Maureen's absolutely confident in the changes. There's some things that we always wanted to do and never did, just things that would make the programming be more intelligent. And after last year's show, we did it like immediately, like in the first 2 weeks. So then we didn't do anything for 3 months or something. And we come back to it and I'm like, okay, Comic Art Live's 2 months away, Maureen. Did we do this right? Did we really do it the right way? And so we ended up, there was a lot of things like, oh yeah, this needs change. So we ended up the last 2 weeks having a lot of minor programming things that had to get updated. So there's always there's a little bit of nervousness about what'll happen. But hey, if at 10 o'clock everybody gets locked out of adding their Saturday stuff, that's the first moment I'll feel good, and I know we're in a good spot right there. And then if the 11 o'clock drops happens like it should, then we should be fine there as well. I'm actually, so everybody knows. I don't know. Is it set yet? I think I'm going to be rebooting the servers at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Well, or actually 9:02. I don't like to boot them at the top of an hour. So 9:02. And they're pretty quick. They reboot in about 60, 90 seconds. So for those of you on the site at 9 a.m., don't panic. It's just a straight reboot. I like to have a nice, clean, fresh server ready to go. Even though I rebooted them like 3-4 weeks ago, I'll feel better knowing that they're as good as the best optimal performance level as possible. And it's Stingray's first Comic Art Live. Oh,
Ooh,
that's nice. Oh man, what is Alberto's got a lot of thoughts tonight. What does he say? I think OAX VIP holders that are premium members should get an extra hour. Hey, that's a thought.
How about like 6 a.m.?
Yeah, I don't know. Come on, Alberto. Maybe an extra 60 seconds. But yeah, no. But yeah, anyway. So
I saw a really interesting Mannix post on Instagram today that I'm wondering if it belongs to Alberto.
Oh, interesting. I did not see it. I did start following.
I'll find out at OAX, I think.
Okay. Alberto, yeah. There's no way. It never work. We can't do it. Brian E. It's his first Comic Art Live, even though he's been on the site for 7 years. How's that possible, Brian? Did you not know what was going on for we've only had 9 of them in the last 4.5 years. So
maybe he's in the National Guard or something.
Yeah, he's a weekend warrior. So this is his first weekend off in 4.5 years. What did Nick say? Did anyone see Mannix's astonishing X-Men piece? I don't think I saw that. Man, Mannix is just the talk of the town anymore. Goodness gracious. It's a good thing neither of us picked Mannix artwork to feature tonight.
That's what I'm talking about, Alberto. Okay. All right.
Oh man. All right. So let's see here. What else do I got? I did get an email. Who did I get an email? It's funny. I emailed the exhibitors. I've only emailed them twice, and I have to hit them again tomorrow. But I did email them, and I said, hey, if you're posting anything special and you want me to promote it for you, tell me, and I'll run into some PR. I got one email, and I'll just read what it is, because Dan Moeller, thank you. You're the only one to give me an update. Dan says, exactly. Dan says, fans of Valiant Comics should visit the booth of Sonic Dan's Comics and Original Art during Comic Art Live 2024. Dan Moeller, aka Sonic Dan, will release original covers and splash pages that are new to the market and available exclusively for this event. Artists include Don Perlin, Mike Leake, David Ross, Bernard Chang, Dan Jurgens, Bob Hall, Louis LaRosa, Barry Kitson, and more.
Wow.
Exactly. So visit Sonic Dan's Comics and Original Art. I told you I'm off tonight because Dan is the only guy to give me an update. So okay, Mark Hay gave me an update, so we had that too. So all right, I can't discredit that, but I will send out another email to every exhibitor giving them the same offer that you missed out on tonight, with me reading these things exclusively. Dan, hey, Sonic Dan in the chat. I hope I did you proud, man. I don't know. Well, just you guys know where to go. Sonic Dan's greater than. Yeah, he is. I'll give you that, Kelly Goon.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. So, you know what? I guess we can kind of move on from there. I don't think there's, if anybody has questions about Comic Art Live, you need to. Yeah, you need to. Okay, good. Tim Guerrero is going to send me an update. I know Tim's got some artists that he's working with. So yes, Tim, please do. Because remember, exhibitors, I send out like a Saturday show tab. In the Saturday show tab, I put every announcement that's in there. And I also list all the panels that are in it. That goes out at I think around 11:30 a.m. Well, maybe I send it. I'd have to double check. I always, whatever it is, it's consistent. I do it at the same time. So a Saturday tab goes out and a Sunday tab goes out. There's an announcement feature in your booth admin that allows you to even update, saying, like a Saturday night, you could say, in preparation for the Sunday art drop, where I've got 24 pieces of art that are going to drop, I'm going to lower all the prices of my Saturday items by 10%. Do that, because I'll be pushing that out on Sunday in the show tab. But if you don't do it, I got nothing I can share for you. There's only so much we can do.
Yep.
All
you
right.
gotta want it.
Exactly. Work with me. I'll work. You give me a little. You'll get a lot. I promise you. But I can't make this stuff up on my own. I just can't. But yeah, honestly, Chris, I haven't had AC in here since Sunday. It's been absolutely miserable in here.
That has not been my problem here.
Probably too cold.
If you want AC, you crack the window like a half an inch.
I've got that window open all the way, that window open all the way, and the I can't turn that, but the screen door, the window's up on that. So I've got a fan in that window and that window, and I'm still hotter than heck in here.
I can't complain. It's like 47. It's 47 here, and it's nighttime. And like this time of year, that's like 15, 20, almost 20 degrees over average. So
I don't know. It's times like these when I start missing Ohio, just a little bit. A little though.
A little.
Yeah, but yeah. Other than that, I did get a package. There was we have a new advertiser. Well, not a new advertiser. Gallery Martel is promoting an exhibition that they have in France. I think they're in Paris, and it's Emile. I can't think of their last name, but when they did that, they said there was a book that was along with it, and I said, hey, send me a copy of the book. I'll be happy to show it off. And I'm pretty confident. I came in from Dark Horse. I'm not going to open it tonight. I don't. I want to get things over tonight as early as possible. So I'm going to share that next week. So
right.
Hopefully Martel's not watching because I'm sure they want.
NSN says Emile Ferris.
Emile Ferris. Yes, that's right. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Yeah, really cool artwork. And I guess this Emile had an art book out. I think it was like 6 or 7 years ago, and this is like a follow-up to it. I thought their art's really cool. So I was kind of, I didn't think they'd send me a book. You know, I mean, that's cool. The first time I ever asked for one. I'm like, hey, so yeah, things work out sometimes for me. Move to Vegas says, Vegas is pretty hot though. You know, I mean,
yeah, but it's a dry heat.
It is a dry heat. It would be a lot different than this, but
you have the opposite of dry heat. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I actually hit I reached a pivot point in my Zevia drinking where yesterday during the show with Anthony, I actually felt like I was having an ulcer. I mean, I was like, I had to get up and walk around that's why I had Anthony on screen full, because I was literally like doubled over. I think because I haven't been sleeping well, but I have, there's Zevia cans all over the place. I think I had like 8 or 9 yesterday. So that was the other reason I haven't had one Zevia today, but I bought the Coke, and so far so
Coke will give you a pretty good gut rot too, though.
It probably will, but I mean, Zevia. I think we're going to take a little break from Zevia for a little.
Say it ain't so. What will the chat mock you about?
I know. Yeah. Well, they have a lot they can mock me about.
There's
my hair. I mean, what you know? There's no limit to the things that they can mock me about. So hey, I picked up some heritage stuff. We can just hop over and take a look at that before we do the EXP, because the heritage stuff there was actually a lot of good stuff in heritage. Once again, I mean, what the heck, man? Embarrassment of riches over there with the things that they have been falling into. But the one piece, it's too good. It was too good to pass up. So here, let me get this window shared here. Here we go. So let's see. We'll go quick through these anyway, because this is I have no idea what the comet is. An Alex Nino inked Carmen Infantino pencils piece. But
wow,
what on earth? Look at this thing. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I don't know what the comet is.
Isn't that one of those like the Archie superhero characters?
It is. Yeah, it's an Archie publication, and it was dated '83. But my goodness, why wasn't Nino always inking Infantino?
Look at Nino on that.
This is crazy.
Wow.
I know. I saw this and my jaw hit the table. I'm like, there's no way that's Infantino.
I don't care who the comet is.
I know. I don't either. I mean, it's amazing. The robots. I mean, this is insanity. This is like Kirby craziness to taken to a crazy degree. And then a Mobius buildings in the back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's too cool. As a work of art, it's unbelievable. Yep.
Oh, I love the mass of the robots.
Sorry. Hey, Robert. Yep. I did not.
Robert's screen name is Comet Fan #1.
Yep. But anyways, it predates Cyclops by 23 years. Okay. But anyways, I think this is a great piece of art. It's unbelievable. I would love to own it.
Stunning.
I don't need to know anything about it. It's rare when something that's a piece of narrative, comic, illustration art that you see it and you're just like, I don't care what it is, I love it. And the moment I saw this one, I was in love. Now,
how much is it? What was it at?
$420. Is that? Yeah, 420.
Worth every penny.
Yep.
420. Blaze it for the comment.
What do we got here? We got next is a Ron Friends, but inked by John Romita Sr. Amazing Spider-Man page. So just the combination. Friends, obviously, he's an amazing artist, and then you throw
Love that uplighting.
Right, exactly. I mean, this is I don't know what was it from even. Amazing Spider-Man 96, 1996 story page, but whatever it was from, signed by Romita Sr. as well. Let's look at that. That's awesome.
Still very frenzy too.
Yep.
Definitely Osborn's face there on the top left. That's definitely Ron Friends.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What's going on with it? Oh, there we go. I picked this one because, I mean, if you were reading the Comics Journal back in the day, everybody remembers this one. Kevin Nolan. You got a Kevin Nolan Comics Journal 77 Daredevil cover.
Look at that perspective.
Yep. It's just awesome. I loved the Comics Journal because back then, I mean, it was pre-Wizard, all that. I mean, I subscribed to the Comics Journal. I thought it was great. I mean, so I was getting these. I mean, I didn't even realize it. 82. So what was I? I was like 14 years old. But reading the Comics Journal because that was where we got our news.
Yep.
And then a John Bolton, Bizarre Adventures 26. Like we like our Bizarre Adventures stuff, all ink wash. But it's John Bolton for crying out loud, right?
Wow.
I mean, look at that thing. I'm not really a fan. I wish the inset panels weren't there. But
I really like those.
You like them? I mean,
yeah.
Okay. I mean, I like the illustrations are fine, but I almost would rather just have it all just be one big splash page. But
well, the fact that they're like calling up the images that are from the, the insets are calling up the images that are from the main image.
Yeah.
That's really clever. I like that.
Well,
but textures, holy textures.
Yeah. No, it's amazing. Bolton is amazing. Then what do we got here? Pat Broderick. I just thought this was fun. I mean, Micronauts art. There's a few Micronauts collectors out there. So this is from Micronauts 21. Pat Broderick, who will be coming to OAX. We haven't officially stated it yet, but he will be there. But we have this wonderful. I mean, I don't know. I've always liked Micronauts, and I've always wanted to get a page. So maybe I should bid on this one. But yeah, good stuff.
Well, you have to compete with those Micronauts guys, and a couple of them are nuts.
Yeah. Maybe I should just try to find one, off
private.
Then a piece by Assad. Assad's, I like Assad stuff a lot. Some things might be a little hit or miss, but I thought this was pretty cool. So monotone,
Very subtle.
I don't know what it's from. The Bronx. I have no idea, but I like it. It's kind of got the fisheye lens effect with the light poles down there at the bottom. The figures, it's just nice. Again, it's just a really nice illustration, all painted. Then this was kind of unique. A Hal Foster pair of prelims.
Oh, prelims! Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what year, but this is when I forget the name of the other artist because there was an artist that took over for Hal Foster, but he still did the prelims for a really long time, and it's signed. Yeah, well, I mean, I assume that's going to be an official Hal Foster signature there, but I just thought that'd be it's cool because that Hal Foster Prince Valiant finished piece is going to cost you an arm and a leg.
Oh, yeah.
But to get a prelim, I mean, this might be your only Hal Foster, Prince Valiant that you could ever own. But I take it. I kind of like that.
Some of it's pretty tight too.
Yeah, right. So there you go. And I don't think I've seen too many. I can't recall seeing any Prince Valiant prelims on here.
I've never seen one. That's really neat.
Yep. Then a Ditko page. I just thought, I talked about. I like Ditko. I want to get a Ditko someday. I look at this and I'm like, yeah, everything feels perfectly like what I'd want from something from Steve. So I wanted to.
There's a beauty of a creeper, Ditko creeper in the signature.
Is there?
Yeah.
Wow. I haven't really done. I haven't looked too much at the signature yet. I will, since I've got to do a preview. I think on Monday. Then this one I almost wasn't going to show because I was going to bid on it, but I don't know. I'll still bid on it anyway. It's Dave Gibbons Doctor Who weekly page. I used to own like 5 of these and sold them all because of the mini golf. And I've always wanted to get just one back. But come on, it's nice. Dave Gibbons. What year is it? 1980. So nice page. I'll still throw a bid on there. A fairly reasonable bid, and then let it ride. But yeah, good stuff. And then the piece. This one. Oh wait a minute. Oh no, it got closed. Oh shoot. This is the 10th piece. I got to go find that other one. Doggone it. Son of a gun. All right, this is Mike McCone and Mark McKenna. I just like this one. I just think it's such a well done page. This first panel. I mean, just all those characters and to make it.
Yeah.
I mean, as crazy busy as it is, it just works so darn well. I mean,
it really has a flow to it.
Yeah. I mean, McCone obviously is so talented, but boy, this is a nice page. But here, I gotta find this thing. Can't believe I closed. Somehow I managed to close my 11th tab. Son of a gun.
Who is the artist?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Oh.
I mean, I don't think we know. I don't think it actually says. It's one of those Topps cards, dinosaur card things.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, man, this is so good. This is, I mean, if you were going to own one, this is the one, man, right here. Look at this. They are riffing on old Godzilla movies. Look how great this thing is. Look at that. I mean, I want to own this. This is, look at these, the real dinosaurs smashing the fake city with the actors all in a panic.
The guy in the suit. Yep.
I mean, look at it. It is too good. I mean, I'm smiling from from right here because
I have to believe that the actors would not act in that way.
Exactly.
They'd be considerably more concerned.
Isn't that great? I mean, this is something you'd hang proudly on your wall. I mean, I think and we've been seeing these things go for like $2,500. I was a little surprised because I mean it's only at $30 still. This is my favorite one. I mean, people like it when it's dinosaurs and cops shooting at them or something. Sure. This is perfect. Well, we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna throw
it's like a fun gag too.
Right. I mean, all the other ones were just kind of blah, I mean, just so, people running from dinosaurs, fighting them. But this, perfect.
It's very meta.
It is. It really is. All right. So I saw Nick Brucci in the chat. He loved that riff on Godzilla. So why don't we go ahead and play the EXP? I did load it, right? Yes, I did. So tomorrow night, at 7:00. So you can start your evening with Nick, and then at 9:00 you can do the Comic Art Live kickoff with me and all the artists that are going to join us. But let's see what Nick is bringing to the EXP tomorrow.
Everybody, this Friday, November 15th, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, on the Original Art Experience. We're going to have some original art available for sale, but we are also, I've invited a few members of the community to come on the air and promote their CAFCON live art for sale. So let's go with what we got first. We have All-Star Squadron Arvell Jones cover. It will also come with the overlay. So I don't even know what year this is from. Amy says 86, so she's always got me covered. Then we have a Power Man and Iron Fist by Ron Wilson. This is the unpublished cover, but it's still awesome. Then we've got the Thor 68 by Scott Eaton and Andy Smith. This was supposed to be on the previous show, never made it. Star Wars Republic number 80, which Amy corrected it to be number 78, even though Luke Ross wrote number 80. I picked up the Mignola Batman covers, so I'm actually going to let go of this Wolverine annual Mignola page because I've got Mignola. Then I'm going to have Jay Lee Gargoyles Quest number 5 cover, Space Ghost number 9 cover, Silverhawks number 1 cover, and got Mannix? Well, I do. If you want it, you can tune in. Silverhawks number 1, Thundercats number 12, Powerpuff Girls. What issue was that again?
7.
Number 7. So this Friday, November 15th, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on the original art experience. Hit that thumbs up, share, sharing is caring. See you Friday.
Yep. See you Friday. And sorry, I checked my email and I'm getting slammed with Comic Art Live questions. I figured I'd answer one in the 2 minutes I had, and I did. So I didn't get to watch that, but hopefully there was some good stuff in there. I saw the 3 Manics. When he said that, I had to look at the screen.
And don't you have a Powerpuff Girls fan or collector in the family?
I've got 3 covers myself. Did he say that? I honestly.
Yeah, one of the Manics is a Powerpuff Girls cover.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I guess I didn't look at them close enough.
Phil,
I just saw
wouldn't
them a
lie to
lot.
you.
Man, I'm telling you, I need to rest. So anyway, let's let's just go right into our picks here, because I'll tell you, my son and daughter Gwen are actually in Sao Paulo, Brazil, for the Pokemon championships. It's one of their 4 international events. And so they are there. So I have nobody to edit video for me tonight. So I don't have anything really to show for the market data stuff.
I'm down to go to bed early.
Yeah, me too. So here, let's see. Let me get the screen shared here, and we'll get you started. Here we go. Now, let's see here. Zalesnik.
Yeah, so this is harkening back to, you know how you absolutely love Dungeons and Dragons art?
Sure, of course.
This was my Dungeons and Dragons. So the only role-playing game I ever played when I was a kid was called Rifts, and it was from Palladium Books. And this was the cover to one of those books that I own. So this is a major nostalgia pick for me. Not taking away anything from the art. I think it's incredible. There is some airbrush on here for all my airbrush fans out there. But just a really terrific, something we would very, very likely see done digitally today, right? It's definitely got that look about it. But I love the palette, like the purples in the background. But yeah, I mean, more than anything, this is a nostalgia pick for me. I don't expect anybody to really connect with this kind of like I do, but I really love it.
No, it's cool. I mean, I'm a fan of this stuff, you know that. And Zalesnik is fan. He's just always been an amazing artist. I bet you there's not enough of his work on the site.
I would agree.
But I'm not familiar with Riffs though. I'll have to look it up.
It was kind of like so Palladium used to have, we've talked about like Ninjas and Super Spies and Heroes Unlimited and stuff before, because Galassi and some guys like that were, working in that, they did some stuff for Palladium back in the day. They actually had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles license, so there's like Eastman and Laird art out there for their RPG.
Wow.
So yeah.
Cool.
Back before Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a thing.
Christopher H. is the owner of this piece.
Well, he got a good one.
Yeah, congrats, Christopher. Then let's see, Chris Ryle owns this one. So what was this? Oh yeah, this is that ROM J.H. Williams cover. Tell me what you love about this one.
So it's probably obvious to anybody who's looking, but the contrast between the Dire Wraiths and ROM, I mean, how clean and perfectly rendered ROM is and how gnarly and ink wash and textured the Dire Wraiths are. I think that's such a great device to like create that separation. And even thematically, it makes so much sense, right? You've got like super shiny ROM, and then you got the like ugly, snarly, slimy Dire Wraiths. So this is just like one of the most clever ways I've ever seen to like create that stylistic separation between those two.
Yeah, like it has some kind of like a 70s feel to it, almost like the two don't belong together, like when they do some kind of collage-y kind of thing. It just doesn't feel right, but it's cool. That's the thing that stands out to me as being, the most interesting thing about it.
It really gives it dimensionality, right? Like the claw in the front and the claw that's in front of him.
Very
you
much
get that
so.
depth.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'd like to see it in person because I'm curious to see the detail in the wraiths. But but yeah, this is nice. And the Chris Ryle has got a good one here. No comments on it yet, though. Come on,
I
people.
was surprised by that too. A couple things I picked this week didn't have comments.
And Marcus said almost like a collage. It has that feel to it, definitely. Then this one's got to have some comments on it. Segovia, Rise of the Powers X. This one's really, really cool. I mean, so well done. And and it's not just the characters, even the atmospheric background is just so well done.
To be honest, I think I like the background more than I like the characters.
Really? Well, that's the thing I keep getting drawn to. I love the mist that's hiding these towers behind them. I mean, obviously,
coincidentally, he's kind of doing the same thing that we saw in the last piece, right? Where he's using the different techniques to create separation. And Wolverine way up in the foreground, and then like all the way back to that like really almost formless stuff that's happening in the background. Definitely creates that depth of field and really makes this piece like pop.
Yeah. No, it's so nice.
He is so talented, man. Like the level of rendering and like things like the wash tones and stuff like that. And he uses like you'd swear he's digital, but he's not. I mean, he's really something else.
Well, that is a nice cover. And what is it? Ed M. Ed M. I'm not sure if you feel like that's I can't say I've been in somebody's gallery that has a shoe as their.
I know I have, and that's why. Because I wear Vans, and he's got a Van. There, so.
All right. Well, they're from the UK. Very nice. Let me get the like on that one. Now we're moving over to Benno. I mean, this piece is like straight up Benno's alley. I mean,
right.
He loves Art Nouveau, and even though this doesn't like have an Art Nouveau look and feel,
does.
The figure, right? The figure, the circle. I mean, it's there. All the elements are there without having real, any Art Nouveau elements, like the intricate
framework and
exactly. But it doesn't need it. But I can see why when Benno saw this, he's like, this one I'm going to make it mine because it's everything that he loves.
The thing I love the most about this is really her face, because Poison Ivy is obviously she's gorgeous and whatever, but like that face has like a I guess sultry but at the same time really menacing appearance to it. Like she looks a little frightening.
Yeah, a little bit.
And it's done with so little.
Yeah. Was this a commission?
I think a commission.
Yeah, it doesn't say. I mean, he has interior page. We know it's not that, so it's got to be a commission. 17 comments on it. Now there we go, everybody. That's what we want to see.
Everybody loves Benno.
Yeah. Wow, that is true. That is very true. Well, Benno has a great eye. And I know Benno will be at OAX, everybody. He's got his VIP ticket. He's ready and ready to go. Mr. Jason D. He's probably feeding the fish right now. Now this is an Alan Davis New Mutants annual page. We see a lot of Alan Davis out there. What made you pick this one?
We do well because it's early Alan Davis. And like that just has like a little bit different flair. And then really for me, I think the thing that made it was the fact that he inked himself on this. And you see that so infrequently, but when you look at the faces, you can definitely tell that he inked himself on this because it has that like more like Captain Britain era, 2000 AD era feel when he inks himself. And I feel like that's what this looks like. And that's what I liked about it.
Yeah, I can see that. Definitely.
It's a little thicker. It's a little more, it's a little less flourishy than you might see from like Farmer or Neary, but I like it.
Yeah, no, it's a good page. I'm sure Jason's very happy to have added it to his collection. And if it's added by Jason, he probably did it right at 12:03 a.m. because that is his time to drop his art.
The witching hour.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it. I mean, he literally has to sit there, waiting for his computer clock to hit 12:03. because he's got 60 seconds, and knowing Jason, he probably counts to 30, so he's right in the middle, so he can, just in case my computer time is a little different than his, he's got it all figured out.
Is that a luck thing? Is that a what? I wasn't aware of that.
Well, see, because we don't, like here, we only say, we don't put the time, right?
No.
I don't think do we on the new art page actually state down to the hour and a minute? I'm not.
I don't
Yeah,
think
we do.
so.
Okay, we do.
Oh, okay.
So on the new art, I go to the new art, this page, maybe not as frequently as I should, but I use the timeline in the app all the time. And so I see those times. And and since Jason's in my watch list, it's a thing now. And I've joked with him about it.
Well, this is all I ever use, by the way, to do picks.
Right.
Like I just go to, page 10 or, whatever, if it's on a Monday, and then I just go through everything.
I know. I feel your pain. I use it for that, but I end up being more selective because I'll start picking things like title pages and covers and only going through the new stuff that way. I know you do it all, and that's why you're the man. No. Where would we be without having you here talking to us about art? Now here, I want to give everybody the shakes. Look at that. I've got 600 hearts that I haven't looked at, 39 thumbs ups, and 51 emails. So let's see what happens when we get this number up to 1,000. Because I could actually show you where I have it at 1,000, and that's on YouTube. It's up to like 1,300 right now. I just refuse to hover over those things. That's
smart.
You do it, even my own. So all right, moving right along. Congrats, Jason, on that wonderful, wonderful page. Now, see, we're both talking about Gibbons tonight. Green Lantern.
Dude, this is a gimme.
Yeah, I mean this. I can't click on it. Son of a gun. All right.
I know it's big though.
It is a nice.
So it's a title page. It's got zip. It's Gibbons on Hal Jordan. I mean, that's enough. But I absolutely love the shot that he chose. Right. I love the shape of the Green Lantern energy around Hal. He looks like almost like a comet, like coming upward instead of across. I mean, there's so much to talk about in this, and it's a title page. I mean, what else could you conceivably want from one, a Green Lantern, but two, a Gibbons, if it's not Watchmen? Right.
No, I mean it's amazing. I love using the highway underneath them is just kind of framing everything really well.
Yeah.
Like Matt
says, and crossing those arcs, like he's an arc, and then he's got the highway crossing as an arc underneath him to bring attention to Hal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's amazing.
Anybody? What year is that? I wish it was a little bit bigger. I could read the darn.
Green Lantern 173, probably 80.
82.
Yeah, 82. I was gonna say 83.
Well, that's a good one. All right, Mr. Miracle. All right, congrats, Mr. Miracle, 3-year member of CAF. All right. Gianni Q45. Oh yeah, this one.
Oh man.
I know. I mean, I actually was just, my jaw was like on the table again. The amount of detail in this.
And this scan.
Right. And the scan. Everything about this thing is fantastic. I mean, I'm so happy to have a large scan for this one, but the detail, man. Yeah. I mean, this almost puts like a Neil Adams to shame in some ways, because there's just it gives me a vibe of the detail that you'd see in a lot of Adams, but there's just something a little bit extra thrown in here, and everything is just so fine.
Yeah,
the details are so fine in here.
I feel like, so when I first started seeing his stuff, Castellini's stuff, I was like, oh, he's kind of like he's doing Buscema, right? Or I'm sorry, he's doing like Big John, right? Because, but then I realized, well, okay, yes, but also because it was kind of the stuff he was working on at the time. So Surfer obviously being so you get that, but he's almost homaging it, but people are going to give me shit for saying this. I think his figural work is better. It's more powerful. It's more exaggerated. It's more super heroic, and it's so incredibly tightly rendered.
Yeah. I mean, I think Surfer's a little too muscular, but it's still, gosh.
But I guess that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
it's very superhero-y.
Alberto's screaming at you. Blasphemy.
I know. I'm not saying
Yeah.
he's a better artist. I'm saying he's got his own thing going on.
Right. Oh, most definitely. I mean, I'm just in awe of just the shading and whatnot done here, and then on that,
Oh yeah.
even on the space, whatever that is, a spaceship or whatever. I mean,
Hmm.
shoot, the backgrounds. Oh, it's crazy. It's really, really nice. Well, I'm jealous. I'd be happy to have this page in my collection. So Gianni Q45, you are a lucky collector. And even like that Katoom, I mean, that's just comical almost the way there. That's almost Bugs Bunny, the way it's drawn in there, but it works really well. All right.
You didn't know you needed a Claudio Castellini.
No, I didn't. Now I do.
Just now.
What have we got here? Lieutenant Pink 2002 comics. If I'm reading that right?
Yeah.
We got a
Or light
Kirby.
pink.
It's probably wow. That's not a bad page.
That's so two things. Well, three things. I love the Wrecker.
Yeah.
I love the Wrecking Crew. It's got that extreme perspective that he pretty much always did on Wrecker's crowbar, which I think is like hysterical because a crowbar is like this big, right? Wrecker's crowbar is like this big.
Yeah.
So I mean that's great. But then Wrecker laughing at Thor in that third panel, like that could not be better.
No, it's perfect. I imagine this is Colette. I saw Alberto saying no inker credit. How rude. But yeah, well, some people don't have time to put the inker credits in there, but we get it.
I think that's Coletta.
No, I like it a lot. I definitely do. I mean, I have the only Kirby Thor I have is him fighting the Wrecker. So I get it. Not from this issue. I think it's like 154 or something. But yeah, this is nice. Very, very nice. I better get the like on there or I'll be in trouble. Now, who is this? Santos Zaballos?
Zaballos. I have no idea. And we can't blow it up, unfortunately, because, man, the devil is really in the details on this thing.
Yeah, boy, I wish I could see it better.
I know. I actually messaged this guy and said, could you have a scan? And I never got a reply. So
I'm thinking you're some weird stalker.
I actually do it pretty frequently. Like if I see something I really love and I want to be able to have you blow it up on the show, I'll message people and ask them. Sometimes it works.
Yeah, no, it's what is this from though? It says so it's
there's a cover, yeah.
Okay.
Sugar.
Well, it's a very cool illustration. I love the lack of panel borders.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, what this panel here is just really cool. I wish it was twice the size. I could make out the details in the arms and everything. I mean, I think it's really, really wonderful. But
well, I apologize to the viewers, but you should go check this out. And it's easy to find because there isn't a lot of work by this guy on CAF.
Yeah, Zaballos, 5 pieces only.
Yeah.
Huh. Hey, here's a premium person. Oh, but it's not. I can't click on it anyway.
Is it the same guy? Because that's a very similar staging of that.
No, Greg Wilson is the owner.
Okay.
And then no, I mean, it looks like they're all. Oh, this one's owned by the same guy.
Okay.
Huh. Well, I don't know what to say. Yeah.
Well, it's really cool. It, obviously has for Zeta vibes, the, Death Dealer vibes kind of, but
yeah.
I just thought it was really cool. Great inking. There's like some fantastic textural stuff going on in those figures, on the severed heads, and fun perspectives.
Agreed. And then this was Steve Crow. The guy gets more pieces picked than I don't know, than anybody almost. But
Well, like I don't know. There's Mickey and Paul P. and like
all right,
Steve Crow's getting up there though. I genuinely felt bad picking a piece of his art.
no. Well, it's like,
And I knew I'd get something from Kazra if nothing else.
but look at that. I mean, it's a David Lloyd piece, and I mean, I didn't think it was David Lloyd when I first saw the
Right?
thumbnail in your set. I mean, with the way this thing here, I figured it was like a Daniel Warren Johnson clone. You know, somebody who was trying to get that action, you know, kind of fuzzy, you know, line stuff going on there. And then you get into the page, and
And
it's
then on
like,
the bottom right, you it's almost like Tothy or that
yeah,
guy's face. Yeah.
no, it's a great page.
Yeah.
I don't know how Steve does it. You know, I mean, everything he gets is a remarkable piece.
Is he
finds
premium?
no. He got a free one once though, but
I think did I give him that?
I think you might have, or if you didn't, I did.
Yeah.
One of us did. The first time that guy did the donations.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, Steve's just as a collector, irrespective of him ever being a premium member, which he'll probably never be. And he has his own reasons, and they're all valid, even though I don't know them. But the point is the man has the innate ability to find diamonds in the rough that you wouldn't, you don't realize how good they are until they're in Steve's collection. I will never understand that, but the guy has a great eye, and he collects things that aren't, that aren't in everybody's wheelhouse. War pages a lot, right? But he'll get other pages too that just aren't like your standard spandex, and they're always freaking great. I mean,
well, this is 3 panels, and each panel is absolutely awesome.
Yep.
I really the panel 2, that perspective or that choice of shot is so compelling, and it's so like effectively juxtaposed against what you think is happening in the first panel. When you realize what's happening in the first panel in the second panel, it completely changes how you're looking at the page, because it looks like it's like coming at you, and then you see it like, oh no, they're diving.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. It does kind of turn things on its head for you. But great page, really, really great page. And again, David Lloyd, definitely
I was
prolific artist, but yeah, you don't think we probably haven't featured a lot of David's work, have we?
I'm not a fan, to be honest,
okay,
of Lloyd, but when I saw this and I was like, man alive, who is this? And I was just as shocked as you to see who drew it.
Well, it's wonderful. All right, I guess we get to move into my picks now.
All right.
So,
oh yeah,
I know I could not pick this one. I like that on the app earlier. So Philip Tan, Inferno poster, just Bill J. He gets all the good stuff.
Man,
but this is just so much detail packed into it, and just Philip's wonderful inking style. That's kind of chunky in the way he handles stuff, but somehow he makes things so beautiful with his weird line work. I mean, I'm looking at it now.
It is. It's the line work, right? It's not. Chunky is not a bad descriptor, but some of it's also so fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's how does he pull it all together? Because it just when I look at the individual stuff, it looks messy, and it just doesn't look coherent. It's not what I'm used to seeing when I'm looking at figure work, and yet he pulls it all together. Even like Spidey here, it's just it's not even drawn like that webbing's not right. That's not for me to senior webbing, but but boy, it works. And his eyes are too big. Where's that Spider-Man guy? He'd be complaining up and down the chat right now about the size of Spidey's eyes. That guy hasn't been around in a year or two.
I think what's so cool about this image in particular is how everything is like radiating out from Phoenix.
Right.
And then it's getting Madeline, and it's getting darker and darker as it goes out.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
This is like, man, what a cornucopia. You got Nastier, you've got Sinister, and the Power Pack Kids, and the New Mutants, and man, everybody who's anybody is on this thing.
Yeah, I love it. Well, yeah, like Robert said, that's the winner of the week. Yeah, I got I don't know how many views and comments it got, but
I love it.
It did rather well. But everything, remember Bill J, man, he always seems to get the pieces that get the most comments every single year. He wins that off, that one award we have. What's the piece that got the most comments?
Oh yeah.
Bill's won it 2 or 3 years in a row
No.
because he just finds the good stuff.
Yeah.
And then this one from Mickey, Butch Guys. I don't know. I like this one. I know
I loved it. I didn't pick it because it's in Mickey. I was like, I pick Mickey so much.
Yeah, I do too. But this it's not Legion. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. He always has a lot of like nice like babe superhero characters, and then here this was just so different, right? I mean, I didn't even read what the title was. It says it's called Masks 2. I thought it was like the shadow in the center there, but I don't know. So
It is, I think. And then like Black Terror's up there, and then Green Hornet, and the Spider.
I just like this a lot, and I love Geis's work.
I do too.
That guy can do no wrong, and I think we've said it before that he feels like he's just getting better and better, and that's just so rare. So many artists go through different phases of their careers, but Geis just I admire his work more and more. As I see new stuff come out. So I don't know when this was done, but boy, it's a winner.
This is a weird comment, but I really love, like, if you look at Black Terror and if we think about how he draws Winter Soldier, Butch Guice like brings his own thing to the Domino mask.
Right.
Like he makes them look really cool, almost to the point where it looks like it's separate and kind of like they just have really dark, like deep eye sockets, but it looks so cool. And it doesn't look, sometimes that Domino mask can look kind of corny and like old school, but like the way he does it, I think it looks awesome.
I agree. Somebody was saying this is from Dynamite. I had no idea.
Quite a while ago, I think.
Dynamite. Huh. Well, either way, I love it. Mickey, he's amazing. He's probably had this for like 10 years. Where are we going from here? Eric Larson, Secret Origins page. I just, I tend to not pick Larson a lot because I don't know. I've never been like you. I guess I've never been a huge fan of his stuff. I mean, but it's always been solid. I just thought this was a nice composition, and kind of like hearkening. Yeah, he was probably looking at some Perez or channeling his Perez to kind of keep it in that vibe, and he did a great job of it. I think this. I love the cloak, kind of shaping the page like that.
Oh, geez, I didn't even notice that until you just pointed it out. Yeah, everything is happening like in Raven's cloak.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
It really is. I mean, and then I love just having the whole team here at the bottom of the page, kind of just grounding everything. I don't. It's really, really a good page, and just something that I would not normally pick Eric's, but this is a winner. And this is in Rick W's Calf Gallery, our resident punster, I guess, because Rick is full of puns. There it is. Yeah, worked his fingers to the bones on the last one. So yeah, all the time, Rick. But this is perfect for your collection, man. Right era. But yeah, no, it's a wonderful page. Then it's not much, but I love Phil Noto. I love his work, and I don't know what was it? It said something about a painting they won in an auction. So who knows what it was done for? But more than likely, if it's like a lot of the stuff I've seen from Phil back in the day, this thing could be like 2 foot by 3 foot. They were usually pretty large, but he's just got a nice illustrative style, and you see it in all the little figure works, commissions that he does. It's probably from his Disney, right? That's where I think he's gotten did a lot of animation or illustration work with them. He's got a knack for drawing beautiful characters, and
he feels like a fashion illustrator in this kind of stuff to me,
without question. I mean, when I've got a few of his pieces, and you're right, they totally look like that. Like they came out of a fashion magazine.
From the 60s.
I don't mind it though. I mean,
that's not a dig. I think that's a compliment, because it's, I mean, obviously look at this. I mean, this could easily be from, 1962 copy of Red Book or something like that, right?
Hmm. Yeah, no, it's like, and again, Phil's nice, super nice guy. Just so talented. And hey, he's got some. Oh, look at that. What did Marcus write? Great throwback look of magazine ads.
Yeah.
So she has the
Okay.
pixie cut era of fashion of the 1960s. Yeah, I mean, totally. That's great. Well, congrats on that one. Did I get my nope? Need to like it. There, Lenny Messina, owner of that one. Then Rich Cirillo got this Bill Willingham piece. Very nice. So he didn't, I'm assuming, get one of the two auctions that I didn't get either. So, but I'm glad he got this one. He said he knew somebody who had it and was pestering them for it, politely reminding them that he'd like to be the one to buy it one day, and he ended up getting it, which is wonderful.
Cool. Love those stories.
If there's anybody that loves the elementals more than me, it's Rich. So, hey. But hey, West Coast Avengers in the chat. Nice to have you, man. But yeah, so I thought this was cool. I'm always on the lookout for old Willingham con sketches. They're just from that era, but they're getting harder and harder to find, especially of the elementals. I've got one, I think, now, but I'm always looking to get another one. Then Mark Buckingham. This is in Mr. Chris Galacki's Calf Gallery. As everything's nicely illustrated in it, I more than anything, I love the panel layout. The fade on here with the panels getting smaller it's just such a thoughtful panel. I mean, this one here, again, it is 3D. I mean, it feels 3D.
Mm-hmm.
It's
great storytelling.
I came back to this thing like 4 or 5 times, and every time I just thought, man, this page is just so well thought out.
That third panel, like how the angle that he shot the character's face,
mm-hmm.
and then the way he put the panel border around it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's like it's those two planes. It's like it's coming at you.
Right. I mean, this nose looks like it's coming out of the page. I mean, it's like, how in the man? It's just. I mean, you feel in your heart that that Mark was aiming for that, right? Because it's like it can't be an accident.
No way.
It's because it's too good. And boy, I mean, what a great page. And I think Chris posted another.
There's, I think, an entire issue.
Was it a whole issue? I
think so.
See, you pay way more. Yeah, you're right. Complete story. I only saw a couple of the pages, but man, Chris. He's awesome. Chris will be setting up at OAX as well, just like last year. All right, where are we going to from here? Albuquerque page. This one I just picked because it was just there's no action in here at all, but I just love his Albuquerque's technique. I just love this the way he's handling the drapery in the background, at least for these curtains. I just think it's just a wonderful illustration. So
it's so cool that he's capable of doing something like really light and like pleasant like this, and then at the same time he's incredible at like violence, blood, gore, people being ripped apart by vampires.
Yeah, well, maybe that happens on the next page. I don't know. Maybe the old guy was a vampire and his kid's just lost. He's beheaded in the next page. But
I think this is the Wayne family and Alfred, isn't it?
I didn't even read what the title was. I hate to say it. I really just like the page. Yeah, you're right. It is a Batman page.
Yeah.
No, I was just smitten by the style. I like it a lot.
Yeah, me too. Thomas has got a great mustache there.
John C. Oh, John's got a good calf gallery. Marcus says the whole unpublished issue, or was that the
Miracle
piece? Yeah. Okay. All right, 3 more here to go. Then Johnny C. got this cool paperback cover by Robert McGuire. Threw the paperback in there too, just for good measure. I thought that was
nice.
I actually thought that I might have skipped this piece for picking it, but I liked having the little dime store book in the photograph
awesome
as well. Just great to see it. I mean, we always like to know where our art came from, and I I like this. It's because it's all color. It's actually printed rather well. Painting's nice.
Look at those brush strokes.
Right. I mean, it's great, and it's all brown, and if it didn't have the woman in the white dress, it might be a little too muted and everything. But with her in there, it pops. And,
yeah, look how her lipstick pops.
Yeah. I mean, this is great.
Really cool.
I
Yeah.
didn't read the. I'll go back and read the description later. Anyway, great paperback cover, Johnny C. You're my hero for the day. I picked this Joe Jesco piece from that art drop that happened a few weeks back. I like there was so much good artwork in that drop,
Mm-hmm.
and Robert Frey picked up this one. I kind of picked it just because I've been waiting to see the art from that art drop kind of make its way to CAF. So I was just happy to see this. I'm sure we'll probably be seeing a lot more of the card art that people picked up, on CAF eventually, hopefully sooner rather than later. There'll be some of this artwork exclusively for sale at OAX because they didn't sell it all. I think they held back 20, 30 pieces, something like that they were going to only have available to show. So
that's awesome.
At the very least, we get to see it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. If you watched any of those streams, it was just like we had it all laid out on tables, and that was cool. But it was like I'd like to see some of them in person.
Right. Especially something like this. I mean, it's so much better to appreciate it in person because I don't care how you scan it, how you color correct it, like whatever, it's not the same.
Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly. I mean, I saw this and I kind of felt it was actually a little muted because I know Joe typically this blue back here should be popping.
Oh man, it's like.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks great as the show graphic too. You picked a great section of this for the show graphic.
Mm-hmm. But I kept trying to figure out how to work Ultron in it more. So that's what I want. If it was an Ultron only piece, that would have been pretty cool. But I don't know if there was one.
That non-metallic metal stuff that he's able to do when he paints is really something else.
Yeah. One more. The Scalera. I can't pop this one either, unfortunately. But,
I wasn't gonna pick it. I picked Scalera too much.
I know you
acknowledge it.
There was a couple really nice Scaleras posted last week.
I know.
And I think I saw one and I'm like, oh, that's too obvious. So I picked that one. And then I came to this one. I was like, all right, it's like fate trying to tell me I have to pick a Scalera because I like this one just as much. Again, drawing the turtles. This is such a great action pose. I love the buildings. The way they're rendered in the background. I mean, Scalera is so good, no matter what. But you see something like this, and I'd like to see it in person again. So I know I would say that, but to me, it's like you look at this, and it could have been if it was Eastman, maybe some of the stuff could have been done with some Zipatone in the coloring, but it's not. It's all Scalera doing this painterly, and wow. I mean,
that's a great point. Yeah, I mean, had it been a product of the time, that's what it would, and he's just capable of like literally reproducing that effect.
Right. I mean, you might, all this, the gray tone here that's in the building around it would have just been Zipatone, or it could have been. And then this tone here is also so steady. I mean, that could have all been done as one Zipatone, all of it. But
yeah, I mean, I've thought how so many times, like when I look at his stuff, if I got the chance to meet him and talk to him, I just have to say, like, can you explain to me how you get these gradients?
Right.
Because I feel like it's not unique, but like his ability to do this is really next level.
I'm totally in agreement on there.
He posts really cool progress or like step-by-step photos on Instagram from time to time. And to see like where it starts and where it finishes. I mean, obviously where it starts is a blank piece of paper like anybody else, right? But like when you see how confident he starts out, I mean, and where he gets to at the end, like it really seems like he has a crystal clear idea of what he wants it to look like from the time he puts the pencil down.
Yeah, I agree. It's amazing. And Antoine says it looks like markers. I mean, it is just because he's so consistent.
Yeah.
But yeah, Robert Berman says I didn't realize how unreliable color scanning is until I started doing it myself.
Yep.
That's very true. I have yet to master scanning anything that has a lot of pencil work in it. It's weird. I mean, I've never had it's something to do with the scanner. I've gone through so many different settings. I cannot get a piece that has if it's all pencil, I'm lost. I'm better off using my phone because the scanner cannot pick up pencils. I don't understand it. It's I mean, I have a good scanner. But it totally sucks.
But yeah.
So anyway, well, hey, look at this. It's not midnight.
That's awesome.
10 after 11. That's good because I'm pretty wiped out. But
yeah, we have a new puppy in the house, so
that's right.
We're not sleeping much.
Man, that puppy, like I told you, it looks like AI. It is too cute. There is no way that's a real dog.
Even in person, you're holding him, and is like, "Are you real?"
I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's a beautiful dog, man.
Thanks. Well, he's not letting us sleep very much, so this is a blessing that I can go up and go to bed.
Does he yip a lot around the house?
No,
just likes attention.
Yep. A lot of
it. You have to get like little doggy, ramps and things so he can go up on the couch or anything.
No, we just pick him up. He weighs 6 pounds right now. You just pick him up and put him down. He doesn't mind it, so yeah.
All right. Well, no, there's going to be no puppy reveal on the show, Stingray. Sorry to say.
Nope. He's not coming down here with all my toys and my Warhammer and my art.
Oh yeah, that's true. Did you post a picture of your dog on Instagram? Maybe?
He's on Instagram. Yeah. So if you follow me on Instagram, you can see.
There you go, Stingray. You should follow Chris on Instagram. He's always doing some challenges and posting pieces from his collection.
Beers.
And there's a lot of beers. Yeah, but you had the Travis piece out there recently. So yeah, I'm following you. I'm not on Instagram a ton, but when I get on there, there's only a few people I follow. You're one of them. So
thank you. You should follow Matteo Scalera, and you can see what I'm talking about.
I definitely am not following Matteo Scalera. All right,
he's got a lot of good content.
All right, I love his work. I do.
John, I am an Imperial Fists player, and if you look back here, you can see I'm still set up from my last game where I kicked the hell out of the Iron Warriors.
Oh man, I don't know what I'm missing out on. I think.
Oh, you do. I'll explain it to you. You're missing out on thousands of dollars and endless hours building and painting models.
Oh no! All right, I don't have time for that.
No, you do not.
Oh man, Chris. Well, listen, I appreciate your picks as always. And
you too, man. Good stuff this week.
All this, I hope you have a good Comic Card Live this weekend. I honestly, I can tell you, it's I've been kind of going into the hall a lot in the last 4 days, and I'm seeing actually good prices on some stuff. I tend to not look at the high end stuff, but I've been kind of tooling around in the 800 to 3,500 range, and I mean. I'm seeing some stuff that in some cases seems too affordable. So maybe everybody's in a little wanting to move some art mode. I mean, I saw
they're building a war chest for OAX.
Right. Well, it may be, but yeah, that'd be kind of cool if OAX had an effect like that, right?
Oh, dude, that's what I did last year. The only reason I sold at Comic Art Live last year was to get money for OAX.
All right. I didn't think about that. That's an interesting observation, Chris. You're right. I mean, OAX could, have some kind of an effect there, and then even in the May show, depending on how things go. I mean, because the thing was, we were all. I think everybody was shocked at how good sales were for the artists and how much art the collectors walked away with. And yeah, if OAX has that kind of impact on the show's hours or others that lead up to it, it's interesting. I don't know what it exactly means, but number one Marvel fan says he's selling CGC books for OAX. Hey, whatever you got that you don't mind losing.
Amen.
All right, man. Well, listen, and have a great weekend, and I'll hear all about your Comic Art Live time next week.
Good luck.
Thank you. See you, Chris. All right, everybody. As you can tell, I mean, I'm kind of a wreck, but I did shave. I hope everybody at least noticed that. I was telling Emma when I drove her to her grandmother's house around dinner time. I'm like, she asked me why, because I still had the beard at that point, and she's like, "Why do you do that?" I said, "I think it's like my defense mechanism when I'm overtired and not feeling well. I grow my beard. It's like, I don't know. I have no idea why. I've always done it. Usually when I'm wiped out, and I've definitely been wiped out the last couple of days. So, looking forward to this to this weekend getting put behind us, and I'm gonna have a little bit more of this Coke because I've actually got more work to do. But tomorrow should be a lot of fun. There's no way that I'll be able to keep everybody really up to date on a lot of Comic Art Live related things during the Mystery Sketch kickoff event tomorrow night. I'll definitely be talking about what to look for, but I won't be doing any reminders on the want list stuff. So I do hope everybody who kind of tuned in early and got to see how to use the want list to get in there and use it. It is the #1 best tool on CAF, not only for Comic Art Live but every day, and it's underutilized. So with that, I will bid you all adieu. Is the Mystery Sketch purchase down? No, it should be still up. Where's the link for that? You can get to it. It's linked in the right-hand column, Matt, and I'm just reposting the link in the chat. So it's linked in the right column. It's linked in the top menu underneath the Comic Art Live. If you hover over that, Mystery Sketch purchase is there. The ad's in the right column, and the link is in the chat. So everybody have a wonderful evening, and I hope many of you tune in tomorrow night for the Mystery Sketch kickoff party. I know a lot of Jiggy's crew will be. You're getting a PayPal fault. Well, if PayPal's having a problem, I can't do anything about that. I mean, I'll take a look at it, Matt. But no, if that's the case, we pretty much pass you off to PayPal from that page. So once you click submit, it's all in PayPal's hands after that. I'll take a look at it though, and I can maybe submit a ticket to them if there's an issue. But I can't correct anything from that. So, but I'll we'll see. Have a good night, everybody. See you tomorrow night. And